It's not very often you come here, Bangkok Drag Avenue, you can see the lights and I'm standing right at the start, but it's not often you come here when the sun is actually going up. That is a sunrise. Normally you arrive here and that's a position of the sun, but it's dropping down. The night is setting in and the drag action usually goes right late into the night, up to midnight or whatever. That's the usual format at this place at Bangkok's Key Drag Avenue. Today it's slightly different. The sun is going up, as you'll see over the next 10 minutes of my video, and they're holding a car meet here. And I spin around a little bit so I get out of the shadow of the sun and you don't just see my silhouette. But let me just show you all these cars lined up at 45 degrees on the drag track. Usually here, cars go up parallel in a straight line. This morning it's slightly different. All the cars are lined up at 45 degrees, right up the quarter-mile strip. You can get a lot of cars squeezed in if you're going to load the strip in this style. And this car meet looks pretty cool. Sadi Cab, and there is one of the organisers. Two organisers, I better introduce them now. We've got two organisers, basically two photographers who are at the top of their game in the modified car scene. Fantastically talented photographers, churn out a huge amount of content, very popular with what they do. And in fact, they also travel a lot because last weekend it was IAM in Malaysia, the International Auto Modified Show in Malaysia, and these two guys were there. And while I go past, you will know Kuntu's E30 build with the Jägermeister orange on it, another guy who travels to shows as well. So kind of all the picture is fitting together. Anyway, I'm walking up right here. I am squinting because I'm going straight into the sunlight and I'm half asleep because it's only just coming up to 7 o'clock in the morning. Already the place is full of cars. And again, a sign of the way the modified car scene is going. There's a Tesla. The future rocks up to pretty much all the car meets now. You'll get Teslas, you'll get EVs at all these modified car meets, along with all the 90s favorites like EGs, EKs, FDs, all that kind of stuff. And here's one of these group of racing liveried Corollas. I really like that actually. And look at the big vent and the carbon bonnet, very, very nice. So I'm going to take you for a walk around, just show you what's going on, what's happening here, and then I'm going to try and hit the coffee and wake myself up a little bit more. What I like in Thailand is people take any car, they individualize it, they personalize it, and it becomes an extension of themselves. It becomes their own personal fashion item. Now we look at this white Corolla here. Immediately it's sitting on three spokes. That's quite standout. He's put original Corolla on the front here, which is a little bit of a joke about a beer brand that does the same font, and his Instagram, flat white roller on the side. Quite funny. So he's taken his whole Instagram for this car. Hopefully I'm giving him a good plug. Be patient, I'm a lower car on the back, and then on the side we've got the Nürburgring logo, which you get everywhere in Thailand. Never been with a pair of umlauts on the V. How bang on is absolutely that? I've only walked about 20 rows of cars and I'm on my second Tesla, and that shows the way the scene is changing here so quickly. EV is growing so fast, it's unbelievable, and it's such a compelling argument to buy an EV now. This EG is one of my favourite builds. I really like it. It's been done really, really nicely. But since I've seen it last, it's had some changes on the front end. You recognise that colour, very distinctive, Team Tinky sticker, all very distinctive, well-known car. But it's done a new front clip, new front bonnet, new front spoiler, and a splitter. And it really transforms the car, makes it look very different to an EG. This kind of curves out a lot more rounded than an EG. And this composite bonnet, it's been designed differently, so it's actually got what look like kind of like eyelids coming over the headlight, and it completely changes the shape of the headlight on the EG. It's really, really nicely done, and it's just completely transformed the car. It wouldn't be a Thai car meet without Stance. Around the world, Stance has kind of had its day in a lot of places, but not in Thailand. It's still as fresh, it's still as hot, still as in as it ever was, and it attracts a big following. So you get Stance cars on a Sunday morning meet. And this pink FD, it comes to a lot of meets. I'm not sure I've ever mentioned it before, so a good time to zoom in because this is absolutely as low as you can possibly get. That rim is riding 2 or 3 millimeters above the bottom of the arch, and the whole wing is absolutely bulging. And stance is not about getting the fitment as close as possible, dropping it down to 0.5 mil. Now stance is about pressing the tire with the wing as hard as you can, finding that spot just before it all pops out. That is straining, that is bursting, and you can see the paintwork cracking. This owner has really got the sweet spot bang on. If I lean on this car too hard, I'd be worried that the whole wing would fly off. It really wouldn't be a Thai car meet if you've not got an R34, a Supra Mark IV, a Silvia, and a Civic RS all together, and these 4 are all in white and they look pretty cool. This Nissan body style is super rare. In fact, I don't exactly know what this car is. I'm used to the 4-door version, but the 2-door coupe style version, I don't know. I'm going to show you down the side here. Almost AE86 style with the rear 3/4 is. Very, very unusual car, but the most interesting bit about this is actually inside, because if you look, it's left-hand drive. It's also got a full leather interior, and that looks pretty original. So right next to this mystery Nissan, we've got another mystery car, a mystery Honda. And the first thing I've got to say, in Thailand, people love to debadge their cars, and that doesn't help me at all when I'm trying to learn things. Anyway, this is definitely a JDM in the truest sense of the word, a private import. But what's interesting here, you see on this side, it's got 1 door. If I take you around the other side, it's got 2 doors. This is a 3-door plus the tailgate. And I have no idea what it is. Again, I think though I've just solved the mystery. He's got a sticker in the window, I love SMX. I'm assuming that's the model name. This D-Max is what it's all about in Thailand. You can see all this modified front end. You can see the carbon fiber trims in here, this big splitter on the front, but it's got a truck van delivery body on it. And that's what it's about here. Even delivery vans, people modify them up, people tune them up, and even do drag racing for these vehicles. And for sure, I haven't seen under the bonnet, but that will be tuned up to the max. I showed you the orange Jägermeister E30 that you see at every single event. And here is the owner. You see at every single event with the Retro Havoc t-shirt on. This is one of the nicest EG wide bodies I have seen in a long time. And I think maybe I've seen an event before, maybe it was raining or something. I didn't really have a lot of time, but that is really nice. That is incredibly wide, that kit, the way it comes out. And racing style, it's open here to let the air out. And again, we've got airflow going on down here, racing style. So you've got the whole barge board thing going on here. And the rear 3/4 is so wide. I mean, look at the recess for the fuel cap. And then on the back here, he's got a drag wing as well. So I think this is something tricked out, pretty special. But that is really, really nice. He's got a carbon fiber tailgate on it as well to add to the effect. There's a big scene now for wrapping 90s, early 00s Toyota Corollas into racing liveries to modify them and put them in like a racing style. And while I'm here as well, this Starlet as well, that looks really nice. It's still got some classic touches. I think there's wings come off something else with these stripes on it. The wheels, the very originality in that, and that shape is still a really solid, nice shape of the era. And again, this black painted tailgate, which is made of a composite material, and the spoiler here, it all nails it. In case the guys are watching my video, here's some stickers. Kunu Kum Plum. Here we've got a deck sticker from the Time Machine meeting. We've got another Time Machine meeting here. JK as well, look out for him. He's a guy who is absolutely banging cool content out. This car is actually an original Tommy Mackinnon Evo 6. It is like absolutely new. I saw it a couple of weeks ago at the Songkla Grand Prix when it came down south for Evo Day. This car is absolutely brand new condition. Just going to show you something rare here as well, Orion. And I just take you around the front as well, because you can see completely different. Rotiform wheels look pretty good on this as well. But that is a completely different front end, a lot stronger, a lot bigger. And that looks pretty cool. That gives a big car, luxury kind of feel. Now we're coming to the last part of the event. They have cleared the drag strip completely of cars, and everyone who came to the event, who paid to get in, they get a free run down the drag strip on time, queue up, go as many times as you can in the remaining time. And that's an opportunity on a Sunday morning no one can resist. So we have a big queue of cars getting ready to drag, and there's also one or two serious drag machines in the mix have come down Sunday morning to mix it all up a bit. And also I apologise because I have to have my sunglasses on now. It's 9 o'clock, the sun is burning down like crazy. I can hardly see it, so hot, and it reflects off everywhere here. And now we have an 850 wagon doing drag. You don't see that every day. And right behind we have a Fortuner lineup for the drag. I showed you one the organizer before. This is the other guy, best known as Refresh. You can tell he's a photographer. This guy is well wrapped up for the sunshine. Good to see you, man. Now we have a German battle. M5 on one side, Cayman on the other. They definitely not stop. And we've got another BMW coming up. So it's not just all EGs and EKs and that kind of thing. Although this BMW is up against an EG, it kind of disproved my point. Things you don't see every day in a drag strip, a Tesla. This is a sign of the future. This thing is going to rock it, and this is where people who doubt EV are going to be like proved wrong. And the other good thing about EV is it doesn't distort my voice when I'm talking. And then straight away after a Tesla, we're back to an Evo and an EG. Old school has still got a lot of life left in it. Doesn't get more stanced than that going down the drag strip. That is the most stance I have ever seen on a drag strip before. And he's off. Not that fast though. That looks pretty familiar. There's a big scene for dressing your cars up as Bangkok taxis. IAM is coming to Bangkok next month. It's a crazy show with the wildest of the wild. And the guys from IAM Bangkok are here today because they are looking for competitors to join the king of IAM Bangkok to win the best of the best in the show. They are recruiting. So let's have a word.
So today I want to present about IAM Bangkok. So now we are looking for night racing king of Bangkok to go on tour with us.
cars are still queuing up to go on the drag strip. And we have more stands here. Stands drag this morning is the big thing.
Good morning. Welcome to Bangkok Avenue Drag. This is Itasha, my new rep. I just done the rapping like 1 month ago, and probably the first one here.
Wouldn't be a car event without coming across a set of exhaust exits like that. And he's got a whole lot of stunts going on as well. So that's it, I'm off out of here. The drag is still going strong. These guys are going to be dragging for hours. Everyone is right up for this fun drag, but I need to be out of here. I've got more serious work to do. I got to be off. So great event by the guys from PSM, the guys from Refresh. Fantastic job, and I'm off.